What happens after Fallout 76? The title of this beloved franchise is very fitting as of late, but now the fallout has mostly settled from the nuclear explosion that was the disastrous release of Fallout 76, we can talk about what happens after. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scott from FudgeMuppet, and today I wanted to talk about a lot of things. You see, the Fallout fan base is largely divided at this moment. There are some that adore Fallout 76, which is great for them. However, most are really disappointed, us included, and to be fair, Bethesda hasn't done the best job at handling the community's concerns either, especially regarding the whole refund atoms business. But anyways, I digress. We recently made a video announcing that we will not be making Fallout 76 builds for various reasons, and chief among them is we simply are not enthusiastic about the game. Here at FudgeMuppet, we are incredibly passionate about the franchise. We adore the lore and the unique mix of 50s retro futurism and radioactive post-apocalyptic setting, but we just cannot get into Fallout 76. We gave it a fair chance, we tried to get into it, but it just doesn't do it for us. If you are interested, we also made a 2-hour-long video, a big passion project of ours, which both details all our problems with Fallout 76, and also in the second half, we detail our ideal Fallout 76. All new world building, factions, quests, settings. It's exactly what it says. It's our ideal Fallout 76. So please check that out if you are a fan of our more creative projects. Anyways, we wanted to make this video to address some people's concerns about the future of FudgeMuppet and what content we will be making, but also addressing questions I've been asked quite a bit. Are we worried about Starfield? Do we think Elder Scrolls 6 is doomed? Is Bethesda ruined? Will they ever make a good game again? Well, today we're going to discuss all this. We do think the hysteria has reached an all-new high, with people believing that Starfield is doomed and they'll never make anything but cash grabs again. And I just don't believe this is necessarily true. Fallout 76 is a cash grab. The amount of money they poured into marketing was somehow supposed to carry the recycled assets, the microtransactions, the bugs, the poor game technical performance, the lack of story, repetitive content, the lore retcons, and overall the poor state of the game. I don't think anyone would disagree that this game is without problems, even its most avid fans. Fallout 76 I don't think was made with the same amount of passion that Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Skyrim, or Fallout 4 was. And this is their attempt at making a lot of money on the very profitable live service model. However, I don't think this will be the case for their future games, especially considering that Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield are single-player games. Starfield is an entirely new IP. It is not an established franchise, meaning that it will have to work very hard to create a place in people's hearts. You see, if you simply attach Fallout or Elder Scrolls to the front of a game, people are much more willing to give it a good chance because of their love for the franchise. But when starting from scratch, you have to do some truly good work to get people invested. Imagine if Fallout 76 was not Fallout, like the same game, the same premise, same gameplay, bugs, glitches, the whole thing, just a different franchise. It would have been beaten to the brink of death. The Fallout title helps it a lot, which is scary considering how much it failed with most Fallout fans. Bethesda could not have picked a worse order for their projects. Having a completely new IP, a new project, Starfield, following up their single biggest blunder in their history is risky. 6 months ago, if you asked me how do I feel about Starfield, I'd say, should be good, can't wait to see it. Ask me now and I'm skeptical. I'm going to give it a full chance and I'll probably be hyped when the time comes because Fallout 76 was a very different beast. It seems that this was a money-making afterthought of Fallout 4, not a project they are truly passionate about. It's not one of their sort of flagship titles, I guess. So for people asking how we feel about it all, here is what I will say. I'm going to go into Starfield with balanced expectations. I expect a good Bethesda open-world RPG. If Starfield is a steaming pile of crap, I will then be very, very worried for Elder Scrolls 6. But as it is now, I don't think Fallout 76 quality is their plan for their future titles. This was just a chance to make some easy bonus cash off Fallout 4's back, not defending their practice at all. Personally, I am hella pissed with what they've done to the Fallout franchise, especially the lore, but Regardless, Bethesda has done insurmountable damage to their reputation, and they have lost all their get-out-of-jail-free cards, and especially in an industry where open-world games are becoming almost the norm, Bethesda could lose their niche without adapting and improving their formula. I am hopeful, however, that Bethesda will learn their lesson with Fallout 76, and Starfield could pull through to be a good game, but still, we know next to nothing about it, so that remains to be seen. So if you've watched the Ideal Fallout 76, the video where we announced no builds for the game, and also just listened to me talk for the last few minutes, you would have come to the conclusion that we don't like the game much. This is true, and we will not really be making any content for the game. We just can't play it, and we aren't passionate about it. However, if it were to improve drastically, however unlikely I think that is, we would reconsider. But in the state the game is in, we won't be making any content for the game. So what's next for FudgeMuppet? Well, the plan initially was that Fallout 76 wasn't going to be a terrible game and there would be a whole plethora of content to create, but the game is just not good and we can't feign passion for it. So first off, just to reaffirm an announcement we made in the no builds video, we have for the last few months had a hiatus on builds in general, and we are going to come back with more Skyrim builds, Fallout 4 builds, and even New Vegas builds. I feel these may be even more useful now, as in the vacuum that Fallout 76 left, people are keen to experience a good Fallout game. We love making up characters, we really enjoy the creative aspects of our content. It's what we are most passionate about. We would even consider just writing characters and their backstories in addition to builds, as it's a lot easier to write backstories and characters without the statistical part of the build. But of course this would not be instead of builds, just additional content. So if you are interested, voice it down in the comments. We are also continuing our Elder Scrolls lore videos in addition to Fallout lore videos that we've just begun, the lore of the older games that we are just simply more passionate about. There is also some very good Witcher lore every now and then that Drew is really passionate about making, so check that out if you are into the Witcher series. And like I've been saying, check out the Ideal Fallout 76. We have done videos like it before, the Ideal Elder Scrolls Valenwood, the Ideal Fallout New Orleans. We love getting creative with world building and basically creating new game worlds, and we would love to continue doing these projects for other areas of America, like a Fallout game set in Seattle or Wyoming or New Mexico. I mean, the list could go on and on. During the Ideal Fallout 76, I mentioned that we would be interested in expanding the lore of the factions and characters that we created, and we suggested that we would consider making fan lore videos for Fallout, starting with the factions of our Ideal Fallout 76. Many people in the comments seemed really interested in that kind of video, so it is the plan at the moment to go ahead with that. I have a Gut Strings lore video in the works. And as you can tell, we love world building and character creating, and that's what gets us so excited by the future. You see, aside from the content I've mentioned, there are very interesting games on the horizon that we plan to give the FudgeMuppet treatment. Cyberpunk 2077 is one of them. The game is shaping up to look really, really good. There seems to be lots of role-playing, lots of world building, and plenty of opportunity for us to make awesome characters within the world, and also plenty of lore to discover. Cyberpunk is a game we are really hanging out for. At this time, we don't know whether it will be at the end of 2019 or maybe it will be a 2020 release. Regardless, we will be keeping an ear out for that, and I think it will be the kind of game that you guys will like. Also in other news, the Video Game Awards are coming up, and Obsidian are teasing the announcement of a new space RPG, something we are really keen to see. It looks like it could be a really cool mishmash of space futurism and early 20th century aesthetics. That's the vibe I get from the promotional artworks that have been floating around. I've also heard rumors, I repeat, rumors, that Michael Kirkbride, the guy behind much of the Elder Scrolls lore I love, has been working on the project, which could make for a really cool world, but remember, that could just be total BS. That's just a rumor. Regardless, I am excited for the reveal of this RPG. I am hoping, however, that it is not another isometric RPG. I do find they are harder to get into, and they don't have the same mainstream appeal, meaning that these really great RPGs don't get into the limelight. I would love for Obsidian to bring all of these really great RPGs to a third-person game, or a first-person game even, a game that can enter the mainstream and show everyone what a fantastic RPG is. But anyways, this is all speculation and wishful thinking. By the end of the week, we will know what Obsidian has coming next, and I am very excited to see. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. In summary, we aren't doing Fallout 76 content because we simply aren't passionate about it. We don't like the game much. We would perhaps reconsider if there are some ridiculously good improvements, but that feels very unlikely considering its current state. However, time will tell. We are keen to make more Fallout 4, New Vegas, and Skyrim builds, maybe even make some separate videos where we just create characters. We will also have the Elder Scrolls and Fallout lore we are passionate about, in addition to the Witcher lore that Drew works especially hard on, and the Ideal videos. We get really excited about tackling big projects like these. Check out the Ideal Fallout 76 and you can see what we're talking about. And also we'll be doing some fan lore videos expanding on our ideas. And don't forget that it's not just Fallout Ideal videos, we can also expand these to things like Elder Scrolls, doing an Ideal Elder Scrolls 6 Hammerfell, for example. We've talked about a lot of things in this video, so soak it all in and head on down into the comments below and let your voice be heard. What sounds good to you? What do you want to see? How scared are you for Bethesda's future titles? Let's have a chat. Guys and girls, thanks so much for watching this video. We hope you're all getting into the Christmas spirit, and we hope you have great holidays. We are very excited for 2019, and we have big plans for FudgeMuppet, and we hope you're excited too. All of your support goes a really long way. The likes, the comments, it all helps us a lot and lets us know that you are enjoying our content. Also, if you don't already follow us on Twitter, the links to our accounts are down below. Thanks so much again, guys. Get excited for 2019. Enjoy your Christmas, and I'll be back to nerd out with you again in the next one.